We'll see where this season goes, but say the season ended today. You're the Pittsburgh Steelers. You're Omar. Thank you. Khan, what is the biggest need of the Pittsburgh Steelers? Where are you going first? If you free agency, the NFL draft process starts, the position or positions you are circling, where are they and who are they?
Yeah. I mean, this is just, I mean,
the whole team
tough,
is
right.
an answer, but more specific.
Yeah. I really struggle with this one because I think, like you said, like the entire team needs something different, needs
Yes.
new blood, whatever. But I mean, like, if we're thinking about one position that could give this team a fresh start, a hard reset, I don't know how you can't think of the quarterback position. And I don't think Kenny, I say that as someone who does not think that Kenny's bad. I think Kenny has potential and has a future, and I think he could be really good. But if we're just looking for one, like, player position, right? That's what we're talking about. Yeah. If we're looking for one position on the field that could give this team a completely new start, I think you got to think about quarterback. I mean, look, like I think corner, like, as far as like what they need overall, like when we're looking at the draft next year, like offensive line and corner and inside linebacker and maybe defensive line, like there are all these different needs that this team has. But I mean, thinking about, I just think a quarterback, a something that could give this franchise, an immediate shot in the arm, that could give you some reason to believe that there is something that they are working towards, that there is a future that they are working towards. Yep. I think a new quarterback, a young quarterback, gives you that kind of hope, and gives you that kind of sense that, I don't know, that this organization is looking in a different direction, that they are dreaming big, and that they are thinking about something different. I think that's kind of the only way you do that with just one player or one addition. And so that's why, I mean, I don't think quarterback is the most pressing need, kind of in real life, as we sit here and as we go into the off season. But
yeah,
if you need a shot in the arm, I can really only think of one way to do that, with one additional player. And that's getting a new young quarterback who you think can be a star.
You hit the nail right on the head. Like, I should have yelled preach when you said that it shows that they're dreaming big. Like, that's it. That's exactly it. The Pittsburgh Steelers have dreamed so small for so long and have been so content in their little tiny space under Mike Tomlin and for so long that it is time to just say, hey, look it, man, we need to just shoot for the stars and hope that it works. And if it doesn't work, guess what? It's not worse than where we are right now. And at least we took a shot. I think that was the thing, is the Steelers have been so scared to miss out, or so scared to take a step backwards, that they forget that they need to continue to take steps forward, and they have found themselves in a very pleasing and content space of mediocrity, really. And a quarterback is your best shot to just take that leap forward and throw a leap of faith out there and say, hey, look, maybe this works out. And if it does, fantastic. That is a complete game changer. I'm going to go, like you said, we should keep this to one. I'll name two because I think people are going to name two, and that is the offensive line. I think Mason Cole is a fantastic dude. I hope he stays around to some capacity just because I like talking with him. I like seeing him in the locker room. He's a good dude. Mason Cole's got to go. You need a new center. You need a superstar center. Like, I don't care where you get it. Some people say that this draft class is loaded with centers. Great. Get one. First 2 rounds, maybe 3 rounds. If you can make some crazy trades, boom, beautiful. Go get a center. Second one is a right tackle. Dan Moore, again, I think you keep him till the end of his rookie deal's over, and then you see what's going on there. But move Broderick to the left side, get a right tackle, and then just, at that point, your offensive line is good enough. Like, you run through that, and you're like, oh, that's, it's a pretty good list. If it doesn't work out, it's not because they didn't try. And I think that's the best thing. The Steelers haven't tried. They haven't given their full 100% A game to putting an offensive line together. They've just kind of pushed it along and said, well, we got Broderick in the first round. We did. We moved him to right tackle, but we got him. And we signed a 30-year-old Isaac Seumalo, and that definitely helped, even though Kevin Dotson is phenomenal in LA right now, playing the right side of the offensive line instead of the left side. Who would have thought that one? Oh, wait, everybody except for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think that you look at the offensive line and you improve those things, and total game changer. And then inside linebacker, anybody, Cole Holcomb, if he's healthy and ready to go, and I think you keep him around. I liked what I saw from Cole Holcomb at the beginning of the season. Anybody else not named Landon Roberts should be on the streets at the end of the season and go find a new home in the NFL. Sorry, but you're like Landon Roberts is. I don't know what the team MVP is going to look like this season. I'm sure TJ Watt's going to win it. It should be a Landon Roberts. It should 100% be a Landon Roberts. That guy has single-handedly done everything he possibly can to keep that room in check. I think those are the two positions. If I'm starting tomorrow, outside of quarterback, that's obviously one. But if we're going 2 and 2B, offensive line, inside linebacker.
Yeah. I mean, inside linebacker would just be, adding as someone who could be a stud long-term there would just be a luxury the Steelers haven't had since Ryan Shazier. Right?
Yeah.
And the offensive line, I like that one because you can do a lot with a good offensive line, Like you can cover for a lot of deficiencies with guys who can block consistently all the time. Like, I mean, you see it, like you saw it in Dallas, like for a long time, like you saw it. I'm trying to think of other examples, just like building the line before you build the rest of the team usually works out pretty well, quite honestly, because you can make a lot of people look really good with a decent offensive line.
Yep, I agree. And the Steelers haven't tried to do that in a long, long time, and they're getting called out weekly. It's bad when everything's sinking and Terry Bradshaw's talking and going, you know what, they need to draft some linemen. That's what they need to do. And you're just like, yeah, all right, Terry, I appreciate you. With that said, hopefully the Steelers listen, but we'll see what happens.